Hi all, welcome to another Chess 24 Banter Blitz. So it's around 11:30 UK time. Okay, let me just show you the voucher code. Kingscrusher gives you a whopping 15% off premium membership. So you can challenge the likes of the current world champion Magnus Carlsen, other amazing grandmasters. So getting live commentary from those amazing players, and all the other perks of premium membership. Second to none coverage of events around the world. So check that out, 15% off voucher code. Let's go to the challenge screen today. And the next Carlsen is the first challenge today. So the next Carlsen, hi there. Okay, let's try e4. I've been looking at the Vienna game recently in a few videos. I'm going to play, actually here though, Smith-Morrow Gambit. Vienna game is against e5, but I'll play Smith-Morrow Gambit in this game. Oh, I do need to, yeah, hope the board is okay soon. Hasn't changed on my thing yet. Just let me know, audio and visual, of course. Okay, so bishop c4. I'll go with h4 here. This looks interesting to play h4 for a moment. I hope I don't regret this. It's been a bit colder recently. The winter is on us. So hg or h6 or bishop f4, maybe bishop f4 for a moment. That d6 square looks pretty good. To go into d6, black has weakened the dark squares a little bit. Bishop d6, intriguing. Maybe that's a interesting thing. It's possible that, yeah, maybe I should have played h6. There's some interesting ideas here. Queen d2 maybe, so I can castle queenside. Or do I need to play that? What about just e5 or hg? Hg? Actually, knight b5 now looks pretty tempting. Or castle queenside. Am I getting in trouble castling queenside? Or just king f1? Maybe king f1. Leave my rook on h1 activated. Play rook ad1. Not so sure here. Not so sure. I haven't got anything that concrete. My bishop's a loose piece as well. Here on c4 now. Okay, what if I put the bishop here for a moment, out of target from the rook. Knight g5 is possible because of that pin. Rook h8 or e5 might be possible, or queen f4. Yes, or rook h3. Maybe rook h3 is interesting for rook g3, an option of rook g3. So rook g3, is there the possibility of a queen sack or something? Rook g3, or knight g5, or e5, or bishop c2, maybe for e5, maybe bishop c2 for e5. So e5 here, I've opened up that bishop. Right, shall I just take that off? I can finally try and win material. I can take on h6. Right, this looks pleasant for knight g5. So queen h8, queen f6, queen f7 is dangerous. Yeah, I think this is very dangerous now. Queen h8 or queen e5 there. Okay. Let's go back there for rook e1, which gives knight f7 at the very least. Queen c7. Okay, I'll take that. Okay, thanks for the game. Yeah, that got a bit dangerous. Okay, so area 51 on a 3-minute game. This is a very dangerous opponent. Okay. Let's go. Try the Vienna game or something. Is he ready? Okay, so 1 flying saucer, 2 flying saucers, 3 flying saucers, 4 flying saucers, 5 flying saucers, 6 flying saucers, 7 flying saucers, 8 flying saucers, 9 flying saucers. I was looking forward to this 3-minute game. Because I've got white. I've got white. And he's not here. I was looking forward to this so much. Okay. I have to abort in the interest of the queue. Oh, I was relishing the challenge just then. Relishing that 3-minute challenge. Okay. Jetzel. Is Jetzel a London system guru? Oh, he's playing the Jabova. Well, Area 51 is flying saucers, yeah. It's the there's a nice Joe Rogan interview to check out on Area 51 from as well, which I saw recently. Very fascinating. We've had this before, haven't we? This kind of scenario. Me and Jetzel have had this Jabova weird position before. I think I was just about okay here. White is giving up something, that bishop. Now, e6 is tempting. Or knight takes d5, in fact. Alright, but I'm hoping I'm not getting slaughtered. Can I play queen b6? It does look a nice positional pawn sacrifice, which I've used myself with white quite often in the past, with mixed results actually. It's not always as easy as one might think. Although it does seem as though I've got major congestion. Yes, it does look scary, in fact. Okay. It does look kind of terrifying at the moment. Should I have... Actually, I feel maybe I should have played that slightly differently already. With e5 and e6 as a counter pawn sack, just before I get absolutely massacred. A counter pawn sack to try and liberate my position. Okay. So I'm trying to liberate my position. Trying to give a fight here. Bishop g7. Knight e6, bishop h6 check. There's bishop h6 check and bishop f4. Is that actually giving me something? Maybe rook d6, trying to get my opponent's pieces to be slightly on the loose side here, if possible. Slightly loose pieces. I've got that bishop pair against the two knights, so my opponent's going to be a pawn up potentially, but it opens up that bishop. I think that's the but. Yeah. There's d4 here as well, or rook e8. Maybe at the moment rook e8 is interesting. I mean, there's knight d5 as well. Does that run into bishop g7 though? Because then rook takes d5 after. So bishop g7 here looks... well, there's knight takes e7. Now e6, there's knight b6 check. But then king c7, it gets a bit hairy, doesn't it? Or just taking there. Maybe e6 is the way to go. Oh, knight e7 check there, king c7. I'm just thinking rook takes, king takes, there's 3 pieces hanging. So knight b6, you know, I can have 3 pieces hanging potentially. On knight e7, king c7, or knight b6, king c7. I think after rook takes, king takes, there's the rook, the knight, and the other knight all hanging. So this position, I'm hoping that there's 3 pieces hanging. So the rook's being attacked. King takes, there's 3 pieces hanging. It's like my king's family forking all of my opponent's pieces. So yeah, rook e6. There's king c5. Family fork. Okay, that does hold things though. Okay. B takes. Is he held things? Or am I looking for bishop g7 here? There's rook g5 after bishop f6. So I'm thinking. Oh no. Okay. No. I think I'm getting too excited by nothing. Okay, I'm in a bad state, aren't I? He just does that. Okay. So bishop g7 for e5. Am I just a pawn down? He's nicked a pawn from me. I'm just a pawn down. After all that, I thought I was doing so well. He's giving me a pass pawn here, though. This is interesting. Bishop d4. Do I get a chance for bishop d4? And then king c7 on. Oh, that's a pass pawn. Okay, can I put some pressure for g5 coming up? Or g5, or yeah, playing for g5 I think might be the way to go to try and blast through this f file. Get some f file fun and games. Well, okay, that's not happening. What about just trying to undermine with a5? So I want to play for c5. I was hoping to play for c5. Okay. Don't want to give 2 connected pass pawns that easily. There is a pass pawn over here though, so maybe it's worth it. And my rook's controlling a1. Okay. So this is getting interesting. So a2 is a threat. King going over here. King f3 to f2. My bishop's controlling against b6 right now. Do I get a chance? Or bishop b2? No, rook. We'll try and get him defensive against a2 potentially. A2 is not an issue at the moment. What about against E2 though? There's bishop B2 here. And then, although these two connected pass pawns look kind of scary, now that B6 is on the way. So I'm wondering if I should just go back here or play E2 or King E4 or E2. Maybe E2 stops. No, I think I need to go back. Oh, I'm getting in big trouble here, aren't I? Got to keep that blockade, surely. Rook A4 to D4. At least the bishop's nicely blockading at the moment. Oh. Oh, hang on. I think that spells big trouble. My rook is kind of... What's happening to my rook there? Oh my god. This isn't right, is it? Oh dear. Yes, this isn't quite right, as far as I can tell. Yes, I seem to be 2 queens down. Apart from that, everything's fine. I think he had mate in 1. Oh boy, with queen c6. I don't think it matters anyway. Yeah, I think something happened there. Slightly wrong. Okay, slightly wrong. That opening's actually kind of dangerous. Oh, yeah. Okay, well played. That opening. Oh man, I thought Jetsel's dangerous in the past as well. Why have we got another game here? Okay, I think one's enough there. Whoa. Yeah, he's won before against me as well. Oh. Yeah, that was something. I lost the blockade. Potential. Oh boy. Let's play h5 here. Can I play knight takes? Oh, okay. Alright, okay. I guess it was a centre pawn. A bit of a blunder there. Okay, thanks. German Berserk. Okay. 1 Berserk, 2 Berserks, 3 Berserks, 4 Berserks, 5 Berserks, 6 Berserks, 7. Okay, we've got game. Okay, I'll try the Vienna game here. So a quiet version of the Vienna game. I think h3 to stop any use of g4. d3 for knight d5. Well, knight d5 is tempting. I'm going to get that tempo, I think. Use the tempo. Maybe c3 and d4. Okay, this looks as though getting a piece here. So c4 and knight c3. King h2 and maybe f4 coming up. b3 and bishop d2. Bishop e3 and knight b5 maybe, or knight b5 here for bishop a3. Okay, maybe bishop a7 is good for a4. Although b6, I mean, maybe, yeah, maybe I'll get my bishop trapped. I'll just take the knight instead, get the knight back, because I think b6 might be trapping the bishop. So a4, king h2, f4. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable plan. a4 for king h2 and then f4 is, I think, my main plan. Oh, there's bishop b6 here. Hold on. Bishop b6. Okay, I think that's winning an exchange. Alright, thanks, John Berserk. Okay, Talk Mandita. Okay. Hi. Okay, so knight c6, I think. Like this tango trying to provoke the dark square weaknesses a little bit. Maybe e6 here threatens queen h4 for queen takes. e4. I mean, it's a neat little trick. In general, can I win this rook? I mean, if he took, I can take with the knight. Thing here. Alright, so bishop f5, there's knight g5. I guess. Is that? What about king g6? Doesn't seem... or am I getting mated? Might be. Although I can't see it. I can't see it. Bishop f5 knight g5. I'm tempted because I can't really immediately see a refutation. Okay. I'll risk it because it seems, you know, handy to play rook e8 here. So even though, okay, I think king g6 for the moment looks... Please tell me this is safe. rook e8, please tell me this is safe. Okay, so h5, 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 stop h5 from white. Rook e8 for knight d3. Or rook e8 for knight f3. Alright, I think it's dangerous for white as well. Bishop g4 seems tempting. So h5 actually helps with that as well. So queen takes f1 is threatened. Thanks for the game talk, Medita. Yeah, that's a bit of a dangerous resource, that queen h4 check. Okay, in the tango, something to know about. So here's Smyslov defense. I think someone's saying defense, not system. Smyslov defense in the royal pass. So I've been looking at a game of Smyslov recently, and one or two. He was a fan of that Vienna game I'm looking at the moment. So was Lasker. I'm looking at all the... Oh, f4's an issue sometimes with that bishop. Yeah, like I've had this a few times before. This bishop getting trapped. Okay, so that's good news, I think. Get a knight to g6. Or to f4 later. I'm going to take that. I think there's bishop d4 here, winning the queen. Oh, thanks for the game, Ralph. Yeah, that's tactically, yeah, that's dangerous. Chess Obert. Chess Obert. Okay. Oh, that's an interesting avatar. How am I supposed to know that? Okay, is that a green, the Grinch or something? Knight g6, knight f6. Yeah, I like this position because of the dark square play usually. I think that's okay. I've had this before. h5 and knight h4. This is fairly dangerous, I think, in general. Or knight f4 and g5. h5. That sort of thing. Just build up my pawns over here. Yeah, I've had this with a lot of fun. G5, Queen E7 to G7 or Queen H7. It looks to me quite dangerous build up here on the king side in general. Okay, so F5 for Queen H4. Yeah, I've had a few knockouts with this system, but okay, you know, maybe White can defend here. Not always working. I can gain maybe a key tempo with Queen F6 for H6 on D4. Oh, maybe no, I'm not threatening that because of Bishop B5 check. Okay, maybe the route though is interesting. Queen F6 to H6. Would he treat that as a serious threat? Or just play King G2? Let's see. It can be ignored because there's Bishop B5 check. So King G2 would be interesting. I mean, on King G2. F takes maybe, or is it F3 maybe? Maybe that's a better idea. Take. Well, I think King G2, yeah, unfortunately is an interesting defense. Okay. Maybe G5 here, trying to keep my pawns together, and then Bishop D7. Is that the way to go? Rather than F3, I don't want to lose my pawns in a hurry. G5, E takes, King F7. I like this idea of King F7, trying to get my rooks into play. Or Rook H3 on Rook H1? Is that something? Yeah, I don't like the idea of F3 particularly because of Knight F3. I like the idea of, okay, that's nice because there's, yeah, connecting my rooks is important. Is it possible Queen E4, or Rook H3 here? Rook H3, Queen H3. Queen H3. Oh, Rook H3 for Rook G3. That looks appetizing for some reason to me. It's nice this cube of pawns here. Got a cube of pawns. Strange, isn't it? But I think Rook G3 is interesting. Like, if I can get in that Rook G3 and try and get the other rook into the attack, I think that will be very interesting. Actually, this opens up that diagonal. And there's also actually Queen B2 here is pedantic. Or even, I don't know, taking here for F4 is, maybe that way is interesting. There's a few attacking options. I think one of them is, you know, Queen B2, but there's like Rook B1. Another one is, well, what's going on over here with G takes and G4? There's a sort of inertia of pawns that I often like. So G takes and G4. I think, yes, G takes and G4. Unless, you know, G3 for rook H2 is also very tempting. I mean, I'll try that. Alright, so rook H2 for queen E5. In fact, rook H1, queen H8 looks to be mating, because king G1, queen H2, queen F2, king G2, queen H2, queen F2. I think this is mating. Yeah, it's dangerous. I kind of like those positions. Thanks for that. Yeah, Chessabert. Okay, Dianov. Yeah, I think it was important not to allow the counter sack. Knight takes F3. I think that was an important thing for me personally, to keep the inertia of pawns going, the dangerous pawns going, keep the tension of those going, rather than allowing a clarity kind of counter sack of the knight. I kind of like this myself, this attack with F5 coming up is often quite dangerous. This there's a Grand Prix attack guru on UK chess. He was mopping up the tournaments with this kind of Grand Prix attack against the Sicilian. He was often playing it with bishop B5 though, not bishop C4. But I think they're both kind of dangerous. This looks dangerous already. Knight G5 for knight F7 or knight E6, or queen knight E6, rook E1 check. There's always knight E6 check on king F8. Yeah, that looks bad news because of knight E6 check. Yeah, okay, that looks too dangerous. Yeah, it's a very dangerous system, that Grand Prix attack. All right, yeah, Area 51. Okay. Okay, I have to try and not get annihilated in the opening. I think that happened last time. It was not particularly nice. Can I try Banco Gambit or something? Right, this is the system which I kind of like, trying to just ignore this, just play quietly with bishop F5, just get the bishop out of the pawn chain. I had a game against Plaskett in this once. Castling queenside here. Interesting. Can I even take that? There's no immediate. Is there? Oh, maybe there is. Okay, that is a bit of a tactical move. So I want to play knight c6 and rook c8. Or knight d7. He's going to play bishop b5. Maybe I have to play knight d7. It's a kind of tempo game for rook c8 though, isn't it? The queen on c3. I know, like, hitting there, but knight d7, rook c8. Maybe that's even better than knight c6. Can I get that tempo game? Oh. Okay. Don't particularly want to be annihilated on the queen side. So I think I have to make that concession. Because knight d7, queen b7, I don't think it looks particularly appetizing. Yeah, I think I'd rather do this. Okay. I put my king on over here. Maybe there's a little bit of pressure building up. B5, B4, or F5, F4 is more kind of thematic for the pawn chain over that side, like French defense. In reverse, what you'd play against the French defense in reverse. Maybe B4 just to lock down the pawns over here. I would imagine G5 later is useful. Oh, is he going to play Rook C8? Oh, hang on. I should have stopped that, shouldn't I? Maybe there's King D7 anyway. My strategic break is G5 and F4. Alright, he's not testing that at the moment. So, can I play it over here for G5? Right, I'll play for G5. He locks it down or not? I thought he'd lock it down. Okay. Well, this is just better for me, isn't it? Rook H1 is dangerous. Rook H2 is dangerous. F4 first might be even better. He's going to win those pawns. Whoa. He's down on the clock and I've got the centre pawns. Okay, that's slightly annoying. That seems very dangerous now. Threatening mates. Yeah, thanks. Recovered some rating points for today. Thanks for that opportunity. Oh, it's not rated, is it? It's not rated. Is it? Is it rated? Oh, it was. Thanks. I feel a bit better. I thought. Thanks. Thanks a lot. But I shouldn't care about rating. It's for you guys I play. It's not for my ego. Someone would look at this stream and see how deflated, as if my ego's on the line in every game. Which is terrible, isn't it? I'm supposed to be doing an instructive commentary. Yeah. Remember that. Remember that. I must remember that. There's another 3-minute game. Let's play this knight e4 here. Okay, so I like this system. It's an equalizing system. Plaskett played against this against me with black. He just basically you just ignore this bishop g5 business, naughty business, and you just sort of play it with like a French defense with the bishop outside the pawn chain. So I thought it was neat at the time. This is years back. I thought it was neat. Started using it sometimes myself, then I forgot about it. Okay, I thought I'd bring it out today. It's very, very simple. It's not. You don't have to know tons of theory. You just ignore basically what white's doing a bit. Okay, so is f3 a major concern? Should I be worried? I'm hoping there's knight g3. Knight g3. I'm hoping on f3, knight g3. Okay, I think, I mean, it looks to me fairly comfortable here. If I have rook c8 and knight b4, I mean, this looks as though, well, there's knight f2 here. This is now a tactical liability. I was looking for knight f2 anyway. I think, unless there's any major check, knight f2 looks good, or knight c3. But f2 is probably better against king safety. I think, no, this forks them anyway. It kind of forces the issue, doesn't it? Because it's forking. Okay, this is bonus points positioning, because the bishop's about a counterpart here. White's also compromised the light squares, so extra bonus points on top of that positioning for me, I think. But on the other hand, chess is a real pain. Horrible things can happen whatever position you have. But in general, this looks nice. If I'm clamping against e4, there's not even a knight c5 here. In fact, have I got like g5 for g4? This looks as though it's going to be fun. So king f7 or king d7. Have I overextended already? Hang on a sec. What am I doing? Queen f6 might be good. And then castle queenside. And he's got queen h5 check if I played queen g7. If he plays knight g5, queen h2, but imagine queen h1. No, I don't know, I'm trying to mess this up, aren't I? Okay, queen h2 and king d7. Unless there's anything stronger. Queen h5, trying to win that knight. I think king e7 actually, and then that gives me rook g8. And there's also this nasty forcing move under a certain circumstance is going to be lethal, bishop e2. But rook g8 is also an immediate concern. Rook g8 for that knight, and g3 beneath the knight, under the knight, rook g8. Yeah, this looks, I don't know what happens here. What happens with this knight? Okay. Isn't there just queen h6, pin and win? Okay. Yeah, it's a simple system. This bishop g5. Yeah, please, all play this system. It's really quite good fun to play with black. All you do is bishop f5, basically. That's the only theory I know on it. You just play bishop f5. you just play it like a French defense. e6 and c5. As long as you don't get annihilated on the queen side. Okay, I'll play the Vienna game here. Okay. Chess is fun again. Okay, bishop g2, knight ge2. For for some reason, you know, Lasker is just ahead of his time. I mean, he was playing this Vienna game with the quiet, the Mises variation, is it sometimes called? But yeah, I've seen a load of Lasker examples, and all the other world champions, I was systematically checking their use of the Vienna game with the quiet G3, and it seems to be quite rare usage. Kasparov did beat Caruana with it. Magnus Carlsen managed to lose the one game he did play with it. Fischer did have one game with it in a simul. He was using that Vienna game in the simul. Maybe there's just too much other stuff as options, so the Vienna game really never took off. Okay, so anyway, but okay, maybe, you know, a position like this doesn't offer too much at the moment. I think Black's really done well to lock down everything. I should be worried, shouldn't I? I should be worried here. Black's locking down everything. This isn't much fun at the moment. Yeah, no, I like Black's, you know, positional play. Is the force is strong in this one. Queen E2. As Darth Vader would say in Star Wars, the force is strong in this one. Knight F2. Okay, A takes. Okay, I'm getting sliced. Isn't that nice? Getting sliced and diced. H4, H5. Is that rather desperate? I don't know. Maybe it's worth giving it a go. I'm not proving any advantage so far. Can I tempt him to dismantle his own pawn structure? Maybe Rook G1. Rook G1, I seem to be evolving something over here. Or am I? There's Queen H4. It's going to be a right pain. Maybe Bishop F2, so Queen H4, Knight F5. Okay. Oh, there's E takes. Am I dropping a pawn now? Oh, it's become a gambit already. I'm dropping a pawn. Oh no. I'm dropping this pawn, but maybe there's Knight E4 and Bishop G3. It might not be the end of the world. I was just trying to parry Queen H4. On the other hand, okay. Well, he's testing this. Oh well, Bishop G3 is a bit of a backfire on Black because of Knight takes D6, isn't there? Bit of a backfire there. This might be have some positives. I don't want all this pinning stuff to happen. So here. All I wanted to play was Rook G1. I get in all this trouble. Is there Knight F6 here for Queen D5? That does seem to pick up the Knight on B3. I need Queen F4 after there's Bishop G3. I think Knight F6 for Queen D5. Am I pre-moving? Am I really pre-moving that? Hang on, I shouldn't pre-move. Only in bullet one should pre-move if one has to. Hang on. There might be some better option, I imagine, potentially, theoretically. Nope. Okay. So Queen B3. If Queen F4, Bishop G3. Queen B3. I have to pick up this knight. I could have also picked up the other knight. I've just realised, okay, with Rook E8 and Queen C6. It's good that the bishop's holding E1 because Queen D2. Well, actually, Rook F2, Queen E1, there's Rook F8 check for Bishop E1. In fact, that's been tested here, isn't it? Okay, so rook f2. If he plays queen d3, I think I'm okay there intuitively. I'm giving up, hang on, 2 rooks for the queen, but I'm already a piece up, so maybe it doesn't matter on this occasion. I like the notion, the forcing move notion, just to keep limited options for the opponent. So queen e1, rook f8 check for bishop e1. If I get a move in, I'll probably play rook e8. Oh. Or can I just double the rooks here? If I just double the rooks here, or should I take on f? Should I take on e8 for queen f7? There's rook f8 there. Okay, I think that. Okay, all in all, this looks as though it's worth a punt. c4, queen a4. Is it any use? Okay, queen f7 here runs into rook f8, does it? I've got f2 reinforced, so maybe, you know, I can bounce via f7 to... In fact, why can't I just take that rook on c8 here? And if bishop e5, we'll worry about that later. Let's take this guy. That does mean there's no rook f8. There's knight f2 that drops the rook. There's rook f2 goes into c4, but there's queen c2 there if I wanted to protect d1. Right. The forcing move is well, there's actually rook f8, king g7, queen g8, king h6. I'll try and calculate this. It's probably not needed. I can probably just play... bishop e5 does bring his knight into the attack. No, hang on. Okay, I will start with this, I believe. Maybe, so queen f7. Forget queen g8 for a moment. There is actually bishop f4 here. I don't want to give this knight, you know, entrance into my king side that easily. Okay, this looks dangerous. This checkmate because the bishop's covering g4. Yeah, I thought I was worse mid-game there. Killer cats. So, okay. Tango it is. Yeah, I like this already. I'll definitely have a good feeling about this position. I'm starting to think about this as sort of like playing the Alekhine defense on the other side of the board. Because in the Alekhine defense, you're weakening light squares when the knight goes over there, tangoing the other direction. Here you're kind of weakening the dark squares of white. So I think of it like a sort of, yeah, Alekhine defense a bit. There is a little trick with knight f4, because if queen e3, knight g2, and if queen f2, knight d3, and if they end up playing queen d2, then so yeah, I will use that trick here, knight f4 trick. It's an interesting, it's a point scorer on a little bit sometimes. I mean, it's a tempo gain. Queen d2 though, queen d2. I mean, it's useful in its own right. The queen going to d2 is, maybe wasn't desirable. Actually, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to castle. Oh well. This will do. This will do. Yeah. Maybe it's got some perks anyway. The rook wants to be activated. Okay, that knight on e5 is often juicy. I'm threatening knight f3 check here anyway. So where's white castling? Castling queenside, bishop g4. Okay, rook. I'll play for rook b8 here against white castling queenside. And conjure up something after that. I'm not entirely sure, actually. The knight does look good on e5 to me. There is knight c4. That is an interruption move. There is knight c4 here. I don't know if my knight's that unsafe if I took that. Okay, I'll take that. Knight e3 looks nice. In some respects, knight e3. I'm not really sure actually. Okay, so what about just queen e7? Queen e7 looks actually more sensible in some respects. And bishop here. All right, the king's coming out to play, is it? Put some more pressure on this e4. I think knight g4 is going to be good. Just to get the knight back to e5 or stuff like that. Knight g4 for queen f6 looks dangerous. Okay, so yeah, I think just doing something about this knight is the first step, and then knight g4 looks good for rook h6 to f6 actually, and there's, yes, rook f6 looks plausible. There's king g2. Would I be worried? h4 is also interesting. King takes check. Looks to be a lot of dangers there for the king. Is that really getting the king mated? Might be. I hope so. Otherwise I'm just losing a piece here. I'm thinking this is more dangerous than rook f6, because the rook's, looking at h2 from h6. If I go to f6, all right, so it's been tested here. This looks rather adventurous. king. Can my rook make an entrance into this party here? With rook e5 coming up. Okay, I don't want that king escaping. If I play rook g6 for rook g2. Knight e3, queen h2. I just don't want the king escaping. That's a priority of this attack. If the king makes a run for it over there, well, let's put the screen back. Oh, sorry about that. Just want to try and stop the king making a run for it. I think that runs into rook f6, the common square f1. Okay, thanks, Killer Cat. Yeah, it got a bit dangerous there. Okay, Hoodry. Okay, Smith-Morrow Gambit. Play with bishop d3, bit of spice. I'm hoping my opponent doesn't know this as much. This is not supposed to be that good. If I say that, if I whisper that, it's not supposed to be that good, bishop d3. But if opponents improvise with d6, it's very, very good. If they improvise with d6, very, very, very good, I would imagine. I have played that bishop d3 move before with the idea that e5 for e6 sometimes if the knight's going to d7. Yeah, bishop d3 is just a little thing you can throw in to blitz. Okay. Yeah, actually, I'm not so sure about this. Okay, so be worried. Rook h4 is intriguing. No, I don't know. Yes, I don't know. Okay. King f2 for queen h1. Unless I'm getting annihilated. Well, I hope I'm not getting annihilated. It looks as though maybe queen h1. knight e4, maybe knight e4, trying to keep more tension going, more pieces, more tension. And then something like let's put the king away from here. This knight e3 is a real pain. Okay. This doesn't look good. Knight e3, if I took an rook h1, there's a threat of queen h7, at least. On any check, there's knight f2 there. Okay, that's interesting. Ah. Is there a snag here? Hold on a sec. With knight g5. Was he playing knight f2 check? King g2. Knight g5. I'm hoping there's a fly in the ointment. Right. Check, knight e4 check. I'm not sure there's any other check anyway to go with at the moment. Rook f1. Oh, there's rook h8 happening. That's not very pleasant, is it? There's knight f2 here. I see. Knight f2. It's over, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. That seems to have been well refuted, well played. Yeah, it's a bit unstable, the opening there. Okay, well played. Friedel. Okay, I'm playing white for a change. I'll play knight c3 here. And, okay, is there this move instead of what I'd normally play? I think this is interesting. If I cast an f5, that looks like fun. For f takes a knight g5. Okay, knight g5 coming up here, or queen to g3, and then that looks dangerous. there's knight d6 check here. Yeah. Okay. Bishop g5 just to stop. Was that running to f6? Maybe a4 to try and dissuade castling queenside. Okay, I don't think at the moment the A file doesn't look that hot. Knight h4, maybe for f7 or knight f5. But I'm looking at f7 there, so knight f5 actually to e7 looks good. Knight e7. If I can kick the queen out of that diagonal, then queen f3 check is going to be good. In fact, the a file would be useful. So queen d7, queen f3 check, and then rook a8. Okay. This looks dangerous for b5. If ever I get any queen f3, queen c6, there's rook a7. So b5. Is that queen d5? Oh, there's queen d5. Okay. I'll try and double these rooks while I can. Just, yeah, for rook a7. Rook a7 looks dangerous. I think the idea of bishop f4 especially is to ramp up the pressure. What am I imagining? Okay. Is the pressure being ramped up? Okay. I don't know. Queen h3, f5, queen h7. Is that a ridiculous thing to do? Probably asking for trouble. What's a clear route here? Queen g4. Is it sort of weakening the dark squares, isn't it? Queen g4. If he has to play f5, maybe I should just be content with that slight weakening of the dark squares. Okay. Rook a8 check here looks as though it's remarkably dangerous. Oh, except he's got the queen on over there. That doesn't work. Okay. Okay. I don't know. I'll try this move. Okay. And this waiting move. Queen g4. Getting getting a bit short on time now. Still no killer blow yet. Is rook a8 check here any good? Yes, it might be. Can I calculate that? Oh. No, check, king d6, queen d8 check. Okay, I'm going to lose on time here, aren't I? Queen f3 for a moment. Queen b7 for rook a8 check. Or what about rook a6 for taking and then trying to queen this pawn out of interest? Well, here I think there's a queen c8 round the corner. Or even worse, that's just mating, isn't it? Okay, I finally found a way in just about. I was about to lose on time. 28 seconds. Okay, thanks. Okay, dangerous opponent there. Cobra. So Cobra. So against the King's Engine, transpose into a King's Engine fianchetto variation. Oh, with c3. Okay. This seems a little bit potentially. I would say potentially passive if c4 is going to be played later anyway. Okay, we've got a sort of King's Engine attack. With c3 instead of c4. What does that really mean? Does that mean my queen side's not under so much grave danger as usual in the King's Engine? I get my sort of attack over here. One thing that I'm wondering about is the perk of c3 is b4 as it goes. Okay, a complete f4 maybe, holding e5 for the moment. Be careful not to allow e5 from white. Well, I kind of like the basic plans here. If I have knight f6, rook f7, bishop f8, rook g7, knight h4, that sort of thing. Is it actually worth playing? Okay, that's the perk of the pawn on c3. And if I did this, try and open up this g file. And try and soften this up. This gives me an option of queen b6 check. Okay, c takes for a moment. Right, e4 is interesting to try and dismantle g4. I think I will play that. Try and dismantle g4 a bit. Just step out there for a moment. So g4 looks slightly loose now compared to what it was. This check's kind of ruled out by c5. Hg and knight g4 looks like dangerous, although my king's also in the line of fire, as that series goes, in the line of fire. My king's in the line of fire. Should I be really worried about that or not? Well, both the kings are kind of vulnerable. I would hope it's not just my king. Is that bishop? Or do I need to play king g8 out of interest? King g8 or h3? King g8 or h3 for a moment, safeguarding. h4 for a moment. I play king g8 to unpin that pawn. There's king h2 coming up. Oh, there's rook h7 here if I don't want to lose that pawn in a hurry. Okay, I'll keep that pawn for a moment. There's bishop f3, there's queen d7. If I get to play, surely queen d7 is the way to go there. With the idea of bishop e7 and rook f8. Trying to expose some tactical liabilities on the f file with rook f8. There is also bishop h4 with tempo queen f1. And there's no, that's too dangerous. I think, as I mentioned, trying to get this f file working. Okay, that's over here is interesting. There's also queen a4. What's going on over here? Is queen a4 quicker than ab? Do I need queen a4 all of a sudden? Bishop e5, my rook is held by the bishop. Queen a4 looks interesting. Trying to get a few checks around here. Queen b3. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, it's good I've got, I think, bishop f6. This takes them rook e8 here. Right, there's queen b4 here, unless there's anything better. Queen b4 seems reasonable in the circumstance. There's rook e5 for rook h4 here, or maybe simpler, just rook h4. Yeah, that got really kind of hairy. It could have gone either way, really. Okay. Okay. Well plays, everyone. Yeah, gave me a hard time this week. That's cool. Okay. Thanks, Okay, I hope you have a good rest of the day, rest of the week. I hope your chess is doing well over the board, etc. online. Have fun, and see you next week. Okay, thanks so much.